Okay, so I am doing a two-in-one video. I'm doing a first impressions video of the new, I guess not new, but my new NORDA 1 trail runners. So I got these about a week or two before my race at Raccoon 100 kilometers down in Huntsville, Texas, which was last weekend. And I hadn't had the opportunity to wear them during substantial running before I left. And I knew it was kind of a risk to wear them without experience in them. But they felt super good and they were really, really comfortable. I upsized a half size when I ordered them, as online reviews recommended, and they felt really, really good. So my first run in these, I did 100 kilometers or 101 kilometers. I finished my race. It was such a good day. I ate so much. I I got fifth place in my age category. I did the race in 16 hours and 47 minutes or 45 minutes. My goal was to do it in just over 15 hours, but I got really bad blisters around 30 kilometers. So I don't know if it was the fact that these shoes go quite high up and they actually kind of lean into your heel, or if it was the heat, or if it was just that I took a bit of time off running after across the years. I'm not really sure what it was, but my feet started getting huge blisters after the first loop. So at Rocky Raccoon, it's 20-mile loops, and uh, you do a short mile, like a short 2-mile loop or something at the start, and then you do three 20-mile loops. And after the first 20-mile loop, I knew I had big blisters on my heels. And um, the running friend that I was running the race with recommended to stop and change socks and change shoes because I did bring my speed goats with me. Um, but I looked at David and I was like, if I look at my blisters and I see something I don't like, there's a chance I won't finish this. So I made that choice right then not to try and mess with my feet. Um, I knew that blisters were something that, you can try and change shoes, but once you have them, you have them. So I continued to keep going. And these were not just little blisters. Like I've experienced blisters during races. I've never experienced this size of blister. So on the second loop, about I think 6 miles away from um, our next loop, on an uphill, my blisters popped. And it was one of the most excruciating pains I've ever experienced in my life. Um, I could feel how big the blisters were, and I continued to cry. And David watched me do this death march, and I got angry and I said, I don't care how much it hurts, I'm getting this done. So even though I knew my blisters had popped, I still kept going. And the weird thing is I figured out if I did this little, quick little shuffle, like really, really quick steps and running and jogging, it was easier on the blisters than if I was walking. So I continued. It actually felt a little bit better after they popped, after the pain subsided, and it still hurt. But I worked through it, and I completed the second loop, or the second loop and the third loop. And the third loop was mostly in the dark, but I just kept going. And the last 2 kilometers, when I looked down at my watch and I saw 98 kilometers, I started crying so hard because I knew I was going to get to that finish line. And I didn't care at that point how much my feet hurt. Um, and yeah, I got to that finish line, but I was a mess when I got there because it took me 3 years to get my triple digits. And yeah, that it was an amazing experience. I stumbled on every true route. I was eating like crazy. It was wonderful. Like I was ahead of feeling sick. I was eating a lot. It was great. So I finished 5th in my age category, 11th female, and 52nd overall against the boys. So I'm super proud of myself. And even though I have the worst blisters on my heels right now, I have to wear Crocs to work. It's so embarrassing. My office is not business casual. It's like it's business. So, um, yeah, my blisters are like this big on the backs of my heels, and it's like it's the deep blisters you see from Cocodona. Like it's like blisters under blisters. I washed it out with peroxide last night, and it hurts so much. I almost fainted. But now I have proper colloidal bandages on it, and I'm sure it'll heal. So just taking the time to heal. My muscles feel pretty good. I'm recovering from the crazy dopamine overload. That usually takes a couple days for me to get mentally back from that. But overall, I'm super happy, and I'm happy to share a finish with you guys that took 3 years of DNFing. And yeah, definitely 100 kilometers was really fun. I don't recommend taking out the NORDA ones for 100 kilometers your first time, but I do really love the shoes. I'm looking forward to healing and being able to try them out now that they're broken in. But yeah, they're really great shoes. As you can see, I've just worn off the grips just a little bit. They kind of started out more like corks, and on the heels they're a little bit broken. But yeah, these shoes caused a lot of pain and a lot of grief, but I'm determined that they're going to be great shoes because the reviews have been so great. So I wanted to share that with you. These shoes surprisingly got me there, even though I had huge blisters. So I think there's a part of running that you just have to decide if you're gonna do it or not. And I think that it was funny because I said a joke to David. He's like, oh, why don't you just change your shoes or change your socks? And I looked at him and I was like, I'm not here to try on my shoes or try on shoes. I'm here to finish this thing. So yeah, no, it was a really good day, and I'd really highly recommend the Rocky Raccoon 100. It was a really runnable course. If you wanted to PR your 100K, that's definitely one that you could do that with. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. So woohoo!